Hello and welcome to another fast preview video from Deviant.fun. We're just going to show you a very small batch we got today. It consists of restocks and also new things, but looking at it, it's just one book that is really a novelty in the shop. We never had it before, and that's this little guy here, Through the Woods. So let's start with it. Why not? Let's start with the Novelty. So this has been on our radar for some time, but only now have we got it. It's a format. Let's compare it to a trade paperback so you can see. So it's shorter in height, but it's wider, a little bit wider. Okay, so it's a non-standard size. So this is supposed to be a set of stories by Emily Carroll, which is a New York Times bestseller and won the graphic novel of the month in the Observer. Let's see what it says here. Come and take a walk in the woods and see what awaits you there. From the macabre imagination of award-winning comic creator Emily Carroll, 5 mysterious and chilling stories which follow journeys into and out of the eerie abyss. So then there's a praise from the Observer, which says that the mood of these stories is like the Brothers Grimm tales, or Stephen King, whilst the drawings evoke Rachel Cook, Edward Gorey. Okay, let's see how it looks inside. So the cover is, though it's a soft cover, it's one of those slightly plastic, so it's very it bends easily without getting a crevasse, or I don't know how to say it in English. And the paper is very, very good. It's super thick, super bright. Like I used to say, DC, put your eyes on this, and Marvel too. So this was first published in the USA in 2014. This one, I don't know when it was printed. It just talks about the first printing. It doesn't matter. It's a brand new book in pristine condition. So we've got the 8 stories. 4, 5, 6, 7. 6. At our neighbor's house, a lady's hands are cold, his face all red, my friend Jana, the nesting place, and then a conclusion. So it's 5 stories, like it said it was. Okay, that matches up. So an introduction, and we can see the artwork is very. This reminds us of The Little Prince. The elephant covered by a sheet, or is it a hat? So it's not the Marvel-like, DC-like artwork we're used to see. We can see that there's some innovation also in the fonts. It mixes styles of fonts and sizes and texture around the fonts to make a bigger impression on the panels. For example, here the sentence only ends here with the word hidden, and the image is conforming to that word. So this looks like Little Red Hood, right? That's the Brother Grimm's invocation. So it has a very particular artwork. You might hate it or love it. I think it's interesting in a good way. I'm not going to say that I think it's superb, but it's super distinctive, different from anything I've seen before. The composition is completely loose. It looks like it has no rules at all. Everything goes. But look at the composition of this panel. It's great. It's super imaginative, and still it's perfectly laid out. Let's see some other story. Okay, so the stories are bigger than the introduction, of course. His face all red. The artwork does vary from story to story, which is good, so that we can really feel that we're seeing another setting, other characters, another place. It helps that the artwork is different. Yeah, but the quality of the construction of the book, well, I'm gonna tell you, it's superb. For a trade paperback, this is top notch. You won't believe the quality of the paper until you touch it. It almost looks like made of plastic, but in a good sense. This is a book to endure years and years. Yeah, so kind of curious about this book. It's very well reviewed, and I wasn't expecting it to be so different, so unique. So that's a good thing for me. That's a good thing. I love when artists aren't afraid stepping out of the box. This reminds me of a scene from a movie that I can't remember the name. It really reminds me of that. It's a passage of a movie, a very violent movie about a woman possessed. Yeah. So this is Through the Woods, like I said, by Emily Carroll. Set of 5 stories, different stories, all around the horror genre. Then we've got a restock, American Vampire Volume 1, which has the participation of our dearest Stephen King, along with Scott Snyder and Rafael Albuquerque in the artwork. So this was winner of the 2011 Eisner Award for Best New Series. I've read this and I can tell you this is great. So we've got a video about it, so I'm not going to talk much on it. If you'd like, go please and search for the video in our reviews playlist. But this is about a vampire, which is this guy, that you don't know it right from the beginning. It's a very different vampire. Look, he's taking sun baths, and it doesn't seem to affect him, because it doesn't. And he sets apart from the other vampires, especially because of that. And he will get involved with the other vampires that don't like the likes of him. They find him dangerous. He's different, right? So it's some kind of racism between vampires. They want his power. They would like to have it, but they see him as a menace. He will recruit some aid to fight these bad guys. Well, it's weird to use the word bad guys here, because they're all vampires from one side to the other. Yeah, but definitely the other ones are more crooked than he is. So he will start the fight alone, but he will soon get a companion, and that's all I'm going to say. And you have to read it, because it has some extras, by the way, some pieces of script, some sketches before being inked, some studies of the costumes and etc. So everything in this book is great. This is a trade paperback by DC Vertigo, a good one. The paper is good. It's not this new paper that we've been seeing, but it's not comparable to the one that Through the Hoods shows. Yeah, don't expect it to be that good. It's not that good, but it's very decent paper. Then another recomer, The Authority, in book format, book 1. We're waiting for book 2. We already had book 1 here, but yeah, it was sold out. So this is by Warren Ellis, and artwork by Brian Hitch. So if you like Brian Hitch, you'll see him shine in this book because the artwork is fabulous. And if you like Warren Ellis writing, you won't be disappointed. So the Authority are heroes in only the strictest sense of the word. They are ruthless, unforgiving. The group of insanely powerful superhumans face down countless menaces to Earth, protecting humankind with their cold version of justice. So I also spoke about this book in another video. Yeah, we have lots of videos, that's true. I never finished reading this book, but the amount of because it's quite big and I've got a lot to read, and some of them I don't finish them. But I'll talk a little bit about it, and you'll see in the you'll appreciate the artwork while I speak. So this group, the Authority, was disbanded a long time ago. So a new menace comes up, something that is threatening to destroy the world. And so the first part of the book will be the team trying to reunite again. Not everyone is pretty much up to it. But the thing is that at least one member has still remained active. She still got her surveillance system on. She knows how to find the other guys, and so they really managed to get a group up to face these menaces. And yeah, they have to work out together to face this thing that they don't really know where it comes from and what does it want. Yeah, but the artwork is really good in terms of DC Marvel style artwork. This is top notch. The inkers and the inkers, pencilers, and colorists are all due congratulations and praise in this book. So this is for someone who likes superheroes, because it's very focused on super battles, super enemies, etc., hordes of clones and things like that. So if you don't like that kind of stuff, you won't like this book. Even if you like Warren Ellis' writing style, it is very much a superheroes book, so that's what you should expect, and it's a very good one in that genre. And as you can see, there's pretty much to delight your eyes that will become sore of so many wonderful panels. Look at this. And it's got a pretty big section of extras with sketches, scripts, etc., etc. There should be more covers here or something like that. No, it's more artwork, raw artwork. Yeah, this is even rawer. Probably a cover or something for publicizing the book. Look at this. Awesome work. Yeah, this is something to feast your eyes on, especially, I would say. And then we have reinforced, like we said, with the best book, the best comic book of 2021. And I know it's still May, but this is the best comic book of 2021. I can say that for sure. That's how confident I am, because this is probably the best comic I've ever read in my life. Of course, there are people who have read many more than I have, but I can tell you that this, sirs and ladies, is flawless in every sense. The only thing you might not like is the fact that it's black and white, or the drawings not being your kind of thing. But even if the drawings weren't good, because I think they're really good, of course it's not Marvel DC like type of drawings, but even if it were bad, the drawings were bad, the book would still be very good, because the soul and the heart of this book is on the story. It's in the story, it's in the characters, it's in the emotion train, that emotional rail that you'll be sent through like a train. You'll feel like a train going and being directed by Barry Windsor-Smith through a hurricane of emotions. The story is so varied. You can see it as at least having 3 different parts, with central characters changing. You've got visits to the past intermingled with the story, but very opportunist and opportunist is a bad word, right? Well, they happen at the right times. That's what I want to say, and they don't disrupt at all the story. They're just there for you to understand better the next panels. So everything is perfect in this book, and it's one hell of a story, and it's one hell of a price. How can this book, look at the size of it? You've seen that the amount of balloons that the panels have. There's a lot of talking here. This is like watching a movie. Look at this. These are letters. You can see there will be lots of pages like this. These are the memoirs of our main character's mother. So for a book that is cover priced as 31 euros, we're selling it cheaper than that, but and almost everyone is, of course. But it's insane, the quantity of even if the book was bad, which you've clearly understood that it isn't. This book is nearly perfect. Look at this, for 20-ish euros, all of this, and on top of that, it's the best comic book to be launched in 2021, and you can have my word on it. It's just incredible. It's just incredible. Hail to Fantagraphics, and hail to Barry Windsor-Smith. He gave us so much Conan, and we thank him for that. But you'll have to excuse me, but I'll have to say thank you for this mostly, because yeah, this is in my heart very deep. It is buried very deep. I won't forget this book for a long time. Maybe when I get older and I start losing some of my RAM, right? But until then, wow. I'm recommending this book to everyone I know. So that's it. It was just a small batch that we got, but instead of just taking some pictures, I thought I could talk to you. directly and show some artwork, though we've covered all these books in previous videos. So if you want, go check for those videos and see them in more detail. So until then, you can, of course, because we would appreciate it a lot, subscribe the channel and hit the bell for notifications so that you get alerted when we have new videos, and we put out a lot of them. But you can also follow us at Facebook and Instagram if you're more a social media person. And yeah, the most important thing, if you want to buy any of these books and many more, and if you're looking for hard to get out of print books and etc., just message us, because not everything is in the store. Some books that are in the store aren't even available. That's true also, of course. So if you see a book that you know that it's out of print and we're not advertising it as out of print, then it should be an error, because we can't keep up with all the fluctuation that the market has in terms of availability. So in case of doubt, message us first, and we'll see if we can get the book, if the book is available, and if not, if we can get it through our rarities supplier. Yeah, so that's it. Deviant.fun out in 3, 2, 1. Stay safe, stay well, read a lot, and read monsters. Read monsters!